Hey everyone, my name's Patrick.
And I'm Patty.
And if this is your first time here at Travels with Delaney, welcome. And if you are new, we are retired from our teaching jobs just recently. I had been at a community college for 28 years.
And I have been teaching at Prairie Heights Middle School in 5th and 6th grade for about 26 years.
And now I am managing Happy Acres Campground in Angola, Indiana. Back in February, Patty, what did we do?
We decided to sell our house, our log cabin, if some of you watch, it's called Tall Pine Lodge, and then move in to our RV. At the time, the RV was an Alliance
Avenue 29RL. And honestly, we bought that over a year ago thinking it would be the right RV to live in. However, after 3 months,
we decided we just needed some creature comforts. Can I name what those are?
No, Patty. Let's wait as we do a tour of our brand new Alliance, which is the Avenue 32RL. And the great thing about this RV was we had 4 boxes to check, and it checks all 4 of those boxes. And we'll share those with you throughout the tour. And today's video really is just that. We just want to give you a tour of our brand new home. And there are a lot of tour videos of this particular floor plan out there on YouTube already. What we want to do is show you kind of why we purchased this, what it looks like. And there was one area in every tour video, Patty,
that was kind of lacking.
Yeah, like I never could get a clear view of what it looked like. And so when we get to that area, we're going to try to give you the best possible view. So if you're thinking about a 32 RLS, then that'll maybe help you with your decision.
Okay.
Now, I should say before we start the tour, it came down to this versus a Brinkley 3300, and we really wanted the Brinkley 3300.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah. It was $22,000 more.
That was the part that we struggled with.
Yeah.
Do we want to spend that much more money?
And ultimately, we decided we had really liked our Avenue 29RL. It felt like home. We were happy with the construction. And so we ultimately saved the money and then put that money towards upgrading our tow vehicle.
Yep.
That'll be a whole separate video.
Yeah.
All right, Patty, how about we go ahead and jump right into this tour?
All right. Right here in this area is like the dining area. And when, even like in the other one we adjusted it, and we even adjusted it more. But it comes with, over here normally, like a bench seat here, a table that connects to the wall, they call it a no-knee knocker, and then a couple chairs. Well, it never really worked for us because even in the other one we found we didn't like the table, it wasn't big enough, it was tight. So we changed it out in the other trailer too to a different table and this nice chair. We even changed it again this time. We decided to go with this cute little table. It's kind of like something you'd buy to go behind your couch. All right. And it was, we measured and measured and measured and got the one that we wanted with the right color. We kept the chair that we had so that then we could put the puppy's kennel, their condo, under here. Because we were trying to figure out how to make more space for us and more comfort. And so this just worked out perfectly. So we have that in storage in the chair, and now we have all this space here. And I use this space, well, like I'm doing my eBay, or if Patrick's working on something for the campground. This is a nice little desk area, and you can look out at these big windows. And this, just like any other Alliance, they have beautiful windows. And so that's what we like about it, and we even liked it in the other one, is all the beautiful windows that they have. This space is a little different. In the other one, it was called theater seating. This one is a love seat, and little Bess is sleeping on it right now. But this part will come down. Let me slide her over a little bit. Slide over, lady. And then if you pull this down, then you can have a space for your cup holders. You can open this, and you have an outlet and your ports for charging, like your phones or your computers or whatnot if you're sitting here. So Bessie just loves this spot. This is her area. So this works perfect, and it even has the kickouts like the other one has. Sorry, sissy. That we like. And if you push, you can even lean back. I can't get it with my hand, but it still does the similar situation like the other one. And so comfy, right, sissy? So this is the love seat area. And then over here, same kind of couch, similar, and we love this furniture just because we think it's really pet friendly because this material is so easy to clean. But this is the same except for the top. I'll get to that in a minute. But on the sides, same thing. There's storage here that we put things that we don't normally use every day, because you gotta, like this, take all your decorations off. And then you can go down in there, and this is where we keep like any paperwork about the trailer, about the eBay business, bicycles, golf cart, whatever, all the papers for that. And then up above, before, there was another cabinet door here. On this one, they took the cabinet door off, and they made this cute little display case with the backlighting to put some of our little homey knickknacks that we love and want to display. And these cabinets are great because even in the other one, we found these nice bins. I can't remember where. Probably Hobby Lobby or local Menards. And then this year I even added these little tags to them to put the main things that are in there, so you're not always having to pull out and look on each one. So these were simple. These came from Amazon, and they're kind of like little chalkboards. And then this erases with water. It's a chalkboard marker. And I kind of just tried to do that to make it easier to find what's up in there. So those are pretty cool. Again, there's storage over there. We keep some extra blankets and whatnot. And then, of course, with moving the kennel, in the other trailer we had the kennel there, moving it over on that area really opened this up for us. And so this is the bench seat that was over there in the living area. And now we can have it over here as like a footstool or an area to put whatever you need if you're working on something. And it opens up. And it's the puppy space right now for all puppy, anything puppy. So that's the dining and living. And now the TV area. This area up here is similar but different. It had 3 doors. This one only has 2 to store lots of extra goodies that we have and the eBay stuff. TV's similar, and there's storage behind there that we use. And then this one with the fireplace just like last, but it has a mantle now, and I'm so looking forward to that, because at Christmas time I'm going to be able to put up our stockings and have a place to decorate. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. And then this one is a little pull-out drawer. We got a few things in there that it has to be tiny and small, but to store simple things if you need a little extra space. So just like the other one, there's all these cute little nooks and crannies that they've made to help you organize your stuff, which I love. So I like organization. So I think it's time for Patrick to talk about the kitchen.
Well, I do most of the cooking, and the kitchen's important. Now, this kitchen layout is almost identical to our 29 RLS. And I'll show you first the checkbox that we wanted to check in the kitchen, and that was right here. So in our 29 RLS, we had a 12-volt, more traditional size RV refrigerator. When you jump up to the 32 RLS, you get this big double-door refrigerator freezer combo, and the freezer says it's frost-free, and after about 4 weeks, it is still frost-free. But this feels more like home, having enough space that we can go to the grocery and buy a week's worth of food and have plenty of space for it. Few things that were changed from our last 29 RLS is we still have the residential size microwave, but in this one it's just a regular microwave, no convection. The old one had an Insignia. Now we have all Furrion appliances in here, same size stove. One of the upgrades that I kind of liked was they put in a silverware tray. Really nice. And the cabinets now are like a birch finish, so there's no rough edges on these, and really just nicely done. The drawers are not soft close, which I find odd, but all of the doors are soft close in here. The other thing I should mention is we really like the 2025 color palette. Our 2024 we liked, but it had darker wood tone cabinets, and in here they went with a finish called linen, and I just think it looks really nice. We still have the big kitchen sink. It's deep, it's large. The only thing is they offset the drain to one end, and I actually find that it actually drains a little bit better like that. We still have the pantry, but the pantry is a little bit different. This pantry is not as deep as our old pantry, but what we are finding is it works just fine, because the other one was so deep, it was hard to reach things in the back. And so this more shallow pantry, appears to be same width, works just fine. Over here, same basic layout that was in the 29 RLS. You have a coffee bar or a cocktail bar, whatever you want to turn it into. You have underlighting. One of the big differences was, and I was shocked, is they just put in a push button light. In our 29RLS, there was actually the residential can lights under here, which I thought were a little nicer. But honestly, this works, no big deal. Still have storage down below. That becomes the liquor cabinet for us. And then your panels, electrical panels, are hidden down here. So this is the basic layout of the kitchen. Again, very similar to our 29RLS, but that was box number 1 that we had to have if we were going to upgrade to a new fifth wheel. So now let's head on up to the bathroom and we'll take a look at how that has changed. And I'm going to ask Patty to kind of show us up there. Oh, Patty wants me to point. Patty, why don't you point it out?
Well, one of the things that we thought was just a really cool touch is they added some, what do you call that? Like
crown molding.
Crown molding with some rope lighting maybe
Yep,
up there?
yep, like some back lighting.
And if I turn this off, you can, it kind of lights it up, and it even lights it up the hallway like at night.
Yeah.
So it's not so bright. But
yeah,
I just
crown
love
molding
that.
runs all the way up the hallway there
Right.
to the bedroom. That is a nice touch, and we've actually been using that accent lighting at night as opposed to overhead lights or anything like that.
It's just too bright sometimes.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out.
And
control panels basically the same as in the last one right here.
Yep.
The only difference is, well, we'll save that.
Yep,
for a
we'll save
minute.
it later.
There's one extra switch there. We'll
Okay.
explain that in a minute.
We still have our shoe closet down there, or shoe garage, where you want to talk it. We had that in the other one.
Yep.
And a nice railing. And this one seems to be more sturdy than the last one. And then a longer hallway, and we added our cute little picture there. And in here, the bathroom compared to the other one, I think is a little bit smaller, but I still love it. The shower doors are 3-panel glass, and they slide on these, I guess, grooves, crevices, or whatever you want to call them. And we just like the insert in here. It is so like homey feeling. It is just so pretty and so smooth. I like the bench for when I want to shave my legs, or I can use this to help get like my bottom of my feet or whatever. But this place, this shower is just so nice. Yeah, it's a little more work to clean these, to keep them nice and pretty, but I love it. So,
and I will mention the shower surround in here is a 1-piece, and in our 29RL it was a 2-piece. This just seems solid,
and
like a residential shower.
Yeah, it feels more sturdy when you step in. The other
Yeah.
one kind of had some give to it, and this one feels nice.
Right.
We still have our area over here to hang 2 towels. The last one had like a cute little shelf here for decoration. We don't have that this time. We added our cute little picture there. And then the cabinets are a little different. They're off on this side. They're smaller.
So in the other one, they were over here and they were wider.
These are kind of like angled, but they're angled like long rectangles, skinny ones in there. And it's hard to tell, but I've tried to put stuff way back that we don't need a lot, and the stuff we use more often up here in the front. And it seems to be working. I figured it out. These cute little baskets we found at our local pop shelf, and they just work in there perfectly. I'm sure you could find them other places, but I try to put things in little baskets to pull the whole basket out when you need something. We decided not to put up a toilet paper holder on the wall, so we went with something we've used before in the first Alliance. We had it, and you just use that little guy.
Porcelain foot flush toilet, same as before.
Love it. And then we have the medicine cabinet full of our stuff, just like before. And then down here, this is similar to the last one, except it's a little bit, well, I had different things because we moved out of the cabin, but I was able to organize and get one of those raised things so you could store stuff underneath and have room. I like to put trash cans in a cabinet, so it worked out. Worked out perfectly. All right, so now moving down the little hallway here, we're going to move into our bedroom.
So we mentioned at the start of the video there were 4 boxes we wanted to check. We've already talked about one of them out in the kitchen. 2, 3, and 4 are all right here in the bedroom. And so as we move into the bedroom, one of the big changes was our 29RLL did not have a slide here in the bedroom, and you'll notice we have a slide in the bedroom, which opens up the bedroom space, and the king bed, which was box number 2, was a standard feature with the 32 RLS. And so this is not a residential king. A residential king is 80 by 80. This is an RV king, 72 by 80. And that extra 12 inches has made a huge impact for us. When you have two dogs sleeping with you at night, that extra 12 inches really makes a difference. We did immediately upgrade our mattress. This is a luxury gel mattress from mattressinsider.com. We have worked with Mattress Insider for years. We had Mattress Insider in our Lance. We had it in all of our alliances. We had it in our home. And we are not sponsored in this video by Mattress Insider. We paid regular price just like everybody else, but that's how much we love their mattresses. And it is wonderful in here, but we love this king size mattress. At the foot of the bed, we have a dresser. It has some storage right here, kind of flips up. Great place for maybe jewelry. Patty keeps some keys in there, just little jewelry boxes, things like that. And then we have these nice big pull-out drawers. And we actually have 4 of them right here. The other thing we love is, as opposed to putting a very small drawer in the bottom, they left it open and we keep our shoes under here. And as silly as it may seem, this thing is actually awesome. We just kick our shoes off, throw them in there, they're out of the way. And then over here, what they've done is they put in like a small bench where you could sit and put your shoes and socks on. And then they did provide you just a little bit more storage right down here. Seems to be the IKEA bag storage area. Now, one of the complaints I heard from people about king-size beds in RVs was the fact that you typically lose nightstands and you end up with shelves. That's what the Brinkley had, with shelves up here, way up top. I love what Alliance has done. They just put little nightstands right on the edge of the slide. We have USB ports and electrical outlets on both sides, so we can have our phone chargers here, our watch chargers, have those there at night, and it works out great. I also love the fact that they have opposing windows on each side of the bed slide. Those open, so we can get cross breeze as well as the window behind us, and then this larger window down at the foot of the bed. There is, like most RVs, storage as well up under here, and so you can see we got quite a bit under there. And when you're living in your RV, we're finding out already, you know, normally in an RV storage is important, but when you live in it full time, it's even more important. Now, before we get into the closet, I want to just show we have a big barn door right here, and Patty will go ahead and slide that.
These are cool. I love the barn doors, and they just slide so smoothly over here. And for travel, you would pull it back, and then it connects at the top here. There's a little like bungee thing that you hook onto it.
And there is a pocket door on the bathroom. We didn't show that, but they do have a pocket. So you don't have to worry about if you need privacy in this couple's camper, then it's here if you need it. So, all right. So we've checked 2 of our 4 boxes, and I guess we would say now the last 2 are actually in this closet. Mm-hmm. So when you put the bed east to west, that opens up the front cap for a closet. One of the things, though, that was not on our checkbox list, but Patty really loves, is the fact that we have 2 floor-to-ceiling mirrors, which we didn't have anything like that in our old one. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this back. This is the area where most tour videos kind of fall short. This is kind of what they show you, and then you're wondering, like, what's on the left, what's on the right. Mm-hmm. So the 2 boxes that this front closet checks is it gives us a lot more room for clothes. So you can see there's a hanging bar that goes across. Behind it are smaller shelves. That's where we keep items like our underwear, our socks, things like that. And then over here, and I'm going to grab that from Patty because I really want to show you this. Box number 4 was we wanted a washer and dryer. And so the way Alliance does it is you have your dryer on this side of the closet, and then we come over here, and this is where your washer goes. So they're not stackable. They are individual washers and dryers. And one of the big differences is Brinkley actually does a separate closet, like right out here, and then you stack them. I was kind of excited about this from the standpoint it spreads a little of the weight out from left to right. Does it make it a little more challenging, Patty, to get to them?
A little bit, because I like to have, like you can see now, when I'm not using the washer and dryer, after I'm done, I leave them cracked a little bit, just like I would at my house, especially the washers, so it doesn't get all mildewy. But when I do put a load in either one, I take a few of these clothes and I just kind of lay them on the bed so I can open this up more and shift it back and forth. It's not a big deal. It's doable. I love it. I'd rather have this than have to run back and forth to a laundromat or to a laundry station like at a campground or whatever. And I just think it's perfect. And we were able to, at our local Menards, find these baskets that we thought, let's put them on, let's use this space. Use your up space. So we put those on each side to store other things like Patrick shorts, sweatshirts, my purses, belts, etc. And the Splendid, with an E on the end, Splendid, washer, dryer, however you pronounce it, they're just amazing. They're the same thing that we saw our friend Jonathan and Anna use.
From Tree Talker the Traveler, yep.
Have, and we talked with them, we did a lot of research, and they were just easy to install. Luckily, he's very, very capable young man, and he helped us out there. And there's space down here to keep like a laundry basket, and there's even more space if I wanted to, I guess down here
on the floor,
you could put more shoes or boots or whatever. But yeah, this is just one of the things that we really, really wanted, was a washer and dryer, more clothes space, our king size bed, and the residential refrigerator, and it just fit all those boxes. It's great. We love it.
There you have it, an inside tour of our 2025 Alliance 32 RLS. Now, I'm not going to take you on a tour of the outside. There's a few minor differences with the outdoor storage, but there's plenty of tour videos that you can look at the outside. We just really kind of wanted to show you our new home and why we purchased it. Now, I do want to say, we are not associated with Alliance. We don't endorse Alliance. We chose to buy it because from a value standpoint, we thought it was a really good value.
And it fit our budget.
Yes, it fit our budget, and we were comfortable in our Alliance and knew that it was going to be very similar. And we just felt like, for us, it was going to be a good RV.
Right.
You have to determine your budget,
yep,
what company you feel most comfortable with, and what RV. So if you want to buy an Alliance, great. If you don't want to buy one, we're okay with that too. Yep. But we just want to make that clear because we have had people thinking that we're somehow associated with the company, and we're not. Nope. We just have had pretty good luck with the trailers in terms of the construction, and we just honestly like the way they look and feel, yep, inside.
The way they do everything, the fittings, the colors, the scheme, it's all great.
Absolutely. Now, we'll definitely be updating you in the future with more videos, including one on how it's going to tow with our brand new tow vehicle, but we won't be able to do that until we close the park down at the end of October. Till next time, everybody, we'll see you
on down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.